Hello guys, welcome to Beginner's Guide. In today's tutorial, we are going to create this animated image gallery using HTML and CSS. This image gallery, every time when I hover on a particular image, it is taking a full width, then the rest of the images are in small size. So this is what we are going to create in this tutorial. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel. Now let's get started. I'm going to open my code editor, Visual Studio Code. Here I have a folder name called image gallery. Within this image gallery, I have got about 6 images that I'm going to use them for this image gallery together with index.html file and style.css. Both are empty. Now let me create the basic boilerplate of index.html. Here we go. The title I want to say animated image gallery. Then I want to link this style.css with my index.html. So for that I'm going to type link. I'm going to choose this CSS. Now my style.css file is being linked with my index.html. What I'm going to do in my body tag, I'm going to create the heading name called animated image gallery. Then from here I'm going to create a div with a class name called container. Again I'm going to create another div with a class name called box. Here I'm going to include the image that I'm going to use them as an image gallery. The first image that I'm going to use is, this is the name of the image. So let me close this tag. Let me save and open with my browser. Here we go, there is a heading together with the image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this part another 4 times because I want to use at least 5 images. So here the file name is going to be, the next image name is 2.jpg. So let me do the same for the rest of the images as well. Let me just rename the name of the image. This is going to be 3. Now my index.html file has got 5 images with the heading. Let me go to my browser and refresh so that you will see there is a heading together with 5 images that I want to use them as an image gallery. Don't worry about the size of the images. We are going to work on that size of the image with the help of CSS. So here in my style.css, I'm going to select my body tag. I want to set the background color. This is a background color that I want to use. Now I'm going to target my H1 because I want to display the heading in the center of the page. So text align is going to be the center. Font size is going to be 50 pixel. Font weight is going to be bold. And the next property is font family. I'm going to use this font family for my heading. Now let me go to my browser and refresh. Now my heading is in the center of the page. Now what is next? I need to work on this image so that it can be displaying in the same row. So in order to do that, I'm going to target this class name called container. So let me copy this, come to my CSS file, put dot in front. So here I want to set the display property. I want them to be displayed as a flex. I want to set the height, maybe 90 viewport height. Then the width is going to be 100%. I want to set the margin. Margin top and bottom is going to be 50 pixel. Left and right is going to be auto. Then box sizing is going to be border box. Let me save and refresh. Okay, here we go. If you can notice one thing, all these images are displaying in a single row now. Now there is no gap between each of these images. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to target this class name called box. Let me come to my CSS. Here I'm going to set the margin. Top and bottom is going to be 0. Left and right is going to be 10 pixels so that there will be a gap between each of these images. Let me go and refresh so that you will see the difference. There is a gap here now. So what is next? I need to adjust the size of these images because these images look too big. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this class name called box. Then I'm going to target the tag name image. Here I'm going to set the height is going to be 100% of that particular container. then the width is going to be 100% of that particular container. Let me save and refresh my browser. Here we go. The height and width is equivalent to the actual container. But if you can notice one thing, these images are looked stretched. I want them to be looked nice as it is. So in order to do that, I'm going to set the property name here as object fit. I want them to be cover. So let me save and refresh my browser. Here we go. Now the images are looking nice. Now what I'm going to do, in my actual design, every time when I hover on the image, that particular image is taking the full width of that particular screen, isn't it so? So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, here in this box, I'm going to set the property name called flex grow. It's going to be 1. Then flex basis property is going to be 0 initially. Then when I hover on that box, let me copy and paste them here down. Initially the flex size, the flex basis is 0, but when I hover on that particular image, I want the flex basis to be increasing to 60%. Let me save and refresh my browser so that you will understand. So initially it's taking the normal size, but when I hover on the image, it's taking the 60% width of this entire screen, right? So there is no smooth transition. So what I'm going to do, let me add some transition here. Maybe the property name called transition is going to be 0.9 seconds. Even here, let me add some transition property so that the transition will be smooth. 0.9 seconds as well. Let me save and refresh my browser. So there is a smooth transition now. This image is taking 60% width of this entire screen, right? Now what is next? But according to my actual design, the first image is already in a 60%. When I hover on the next image, it's taking the next 60% of that entire screen. But here, there is nothing like that. To do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the class here for the first image. Let's say here is a box. I'm going to add another one class name called, maybe let's say active. So let me come here. I'm going to target that active class. This is for the first image. The first image, initially I want the flex basis to be 60% because the first image I want them to be displaying with a 60% of width. Let me save and refresh my browser. So the first image is taking 60% of width, like as you can see them in the actual design. But when I hover on the next image, still this first image is taking 60% width. But in my actual design, when I take the second image, only this second image is taking the 60% width. The rest of the images are in a smaller sizes. In order to correct that mistake, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this container. This container, when I hover on that container, this class active is going to be 0. So flex basis is going to be 0, so that that particular image alone can be expanded to 60%. Again, let me save and refresh my browser. Now we have managed to fix the issue. When I hover on an image, only that particular image is displaying with a 60% of width of that particular screen. I hope now you understood how to create this animated image gallery using HTML and CSS. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.